Hey, how's it going, folks? This Google AI is pretty good. It's very convenient. And what really made me make this video is I find it ironic because I usually crave for kebabs at night. Occasionally, I treat myself, once a month, whatever. And that's happened tonight, which is, it's something that I wanted to eat. And when I was eating, I was just look at the front counter, and obviously the owners, I say, oh, is it cash or card? I say card, no problem. And after I left, I see the sign, cash is king. They tell me the reason behind, blah 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 blah. All good, not complaining. And not only just that, but also you got the cash. They're talking about cash, and as well they talk about, and out of nowhere they have Uber Eats, and I'm just there. I'm like, hang on. You're promoting your business that you want to do cash, how good it is. I agreed with you, but out of nowhere, you're talking about Uber Eats. And as you can see on the screen, right, it's between 15 to 30%. And there's another catch: pickup orders, another 6%. So what is it? So it's around 21 to 36%, right? There's another one, self-delivery option, 13. So even if it's 13 and plus you got 6% on top, that's around 19%, right? All right, it's still probably 2% cheaper than deliverers orders. And obviously when you deliver order commission, obviously when you deliver, it has to be a high number or whatever what's the agreement that you guys do, or long-term agreement. And also, restaurant has to jack up the Uber Eats price, and obviously they will charge us with the service fees, and we'll do for Uber. Now, I don't often do Uber. I only do Uber if it's really required at the time. And I get it. It's very addictive at times when you do it. You just tip off the phone and that's it. Food delivers. But when I discuss about this, and you're like, it is what it is. But if you think about it, right, deeply, as a business owner, you have to pay 33% tax. Then you got this Uber, 21 to 36% tax, commission. So what? That's I'm driving, so it's around 60. Just say 60%. 60% goes to tax, commission, and and normal tax as well for Uber. And then you got 10% GST. I know you can claim it back, which is alright. And after 10% GST, then you have FPOS fee as well. I don't know how much percentage is that, alright? But I'm just letting you know it's gonna be more than half that you're gonna make the money, right? So let's just say you got all that, and also you have what's that word? You got shop rental, you got bills to pay for the shop, you got workers, super, working compo, all you add up, and by the time you sell, 20 or whatever, how much it is, you jacked up the price for Uber Eats. You're not really making much if you think about it, unless you sell it very, very expensive. And of course, it's going to be a high turnover, whatever how it is. But Uber Eats is it takes a while for the food to arrive, and you make sure the food's going to taste nice, right? Now, when I was thinking of opening the business, right, of the food business, and when I received the requirement and the permit outline for the food premises, you see, food that's being cooked and served immediately, right? It's a lower risk, right? But the moment that if you start a business and you pre-cooked your meals, right, and you sell it off, let's just say it's not heated up, that's classified as a high risk, right? Now, food like that, whether the person who microwave the food or use the oven or steam the food or whatever how it is, we cannot control that. And the fact that once this food is cooked and obviously settled down, that's where the bacteria is. Now, it's up to the person, eat it or not, that's not up to you. And the way how they microwave, you cannot control. But what you can control is when you buy the food and you sell it straight away, all right? Or you've been a hot, food warmer bar, right? And that just made me think a lot, because when I was applying, they also mentioned about, okay, so for example, you purchase your food license permit in, let's just say, this part of council region. Now Uber Eats, there's a loophole. You don't have to go through different council routes, right? Because you're not delivering the food. The food service provider is delivering. So people don't know that when you do Uber Eats, they're actually bending the rules. It's like a grey area. But if a store holder like us, right, let's just say pizza delivering, right, it can be all sorts of council regions, right? But the moment you deliver the food outside of your region, of the council region, you have to do like an extra, extra measurements, right? So it's not that simple. It is, and obviously it's just going to be another add-on to your food license permit. So the food license can be range from, can be start whatever the price it is, right? If you wanted to do whatever, how it is, 1,400 to upwards, whatever, and every year you have to renew it and X, Y, and Z. But that's only if it's like really low risk. But once you get it at middle and high risk, they're asking too much for the food, right? So essentially, is people say Uber Eats is good for the business, it's making money, people are ordering on the tap of the phone. The moment business start to realize they're not making money and turn the Uber Eats app off, there's no customer base. And I don't understand from that point of view. Maybe people are a lot more lazy or whatever, but if you're heavily reliant on Uber Eats for your business, you're screwed. You may as well just cook at whatever the premises that you have, whether it's in the garage or whatever. I'm just saying, obviously with food license, whatever. If it's that's going to happen that way, you may as well do that way. All right. But the problem with the Uber Eats is the fact that you got to deliver the food within the time frame. That's the part it will get you. All right. I remember when I first worked in Eljana in Preston, first opened, I would say the first month or two, we're getting smashed left, right, and center. You got dine-in, takeaway, drive-through, online orders, Uber Eats or delivery service, all smashing us in left, right, and center. We couldn't cope. We had to turn off one or the other. Maybe we had to turn off Uber Eats and we had to turn off online because it's so crazy. Cars are lining further down, like 30, we've got like 50 cars waiting for us, right? But obviously in the Uber Eats, they jack up the prices extra $10 or $20 or $15 or $30 each of the meal, right? Just to compensate with the whole thing. And that being said, is that the way how we got to do it, right? But that's what I can say.